Hello and welcome back to the Monsters of Monster Hunter Double Cross, where today we are going to be fighting Amatsu, a monster that's only shown up in the West in a single game, but has at this point shown up in Japan in 3 games. And it's a really fun monster. I rather like it. It's got great music. Admittedly, it's a little less fun, in my opinion, if you're not using aerial style. And yeah, it never existed in G rank prior to this game right here, so that's kind of cool. And they gave it exactly one new move in G rank, and it's really dumb. But we'll see that later. Matsu's first appearance was in Monster Hunter Portable 3rd as a high rank only monster, and actually as the end boss of that game, though you did unlock Alatreon later. And then it came back in Cross and therefore Generations, again, only in high rank. And then finally, Double Cross showed up and gave us G-Rank Amatsu for the first time ever. I also really like Amatsu's roar. Like, it's a really good sound. This music we're hearing right now, the Phase 1 music, is honestly my favorite part of Amatsu's theme. But the fact that the music gets more powerful as the fight goes on, like the storm is building, which it is. There's the new G-Rank move, by the way. It's super exciting, isn't it? Amatsu just plops its tail on the ground and then sweeps it. Yeah, over the course of the fight, the storm is going to be building, which is kind of cool. Also, we're using aerial switch axe again because I'm better with switch axe than anything else against Amatsu. And like I said, I personally believe Amatsu's a lot more fun when you use aerial style against it. Mainly just because it affords you more opportunities to hit different parts of it than just its back legs and tail. And really, I should be going for its chest here rather than its face, because its face isn't really reachable consistently because it waves it around. And I actually brought some things that I should be making use of here. Like this demon drug. And this armor skin. So Amatsu's a bit of an interesting case because you can see it's got a bit of a wind aura going on sometimes. Like during attack animations it doesn't, but then it pops up like here. And when that wind aura is strong, it actually prevents ballista attacks and I think also just plain ranged attacks from doing full damage to it. And it also prevents ballista binders from actually binding it. So you actually need to at least pay some attention to when you shoot the thing, which is kind of neat. Also, this thing's back is flimsy. Might as well be paper. Thank goodness we got a flinch there, because that was going to be a ball of water coming right at our face. And that's a laser coming at us. Thankfully, we're still in Phase 1, so things aren't so bad. Oh, but it's raged now. Do something that drops your wind aura. Because when it's enraged, the wind aura actually, like, really matters. Hi. You wanna do something? Okay. Thanks for not hurting me. Real nice of you. I'm going to be saving my bindings for Phase 2. Simply because in Phase 2 they can do more good for me. And it is a health-based phase change, so... yeah, we just gotta get this thing low enough. Hooray for bopping the nose. So definitely pay attention to Amatsu's, like, wings and whatnot. Not wings, but, like, the frills it's got going all over its back and its arms and whatnot, because, like, the blood vessels in them change color as it enrages and as it enters Phase 2, which is its, like, super rage. Uh-oh. Hooray, we dodged the G-rank attack. Amatsu actually hasn't really changed that much since Portable Third. Of course, it's only really been in 2 full games total. This and Cross, Portable Third and Cross, because this is an expansion of Cross. So really, they only had one opportunity to bring in any real changes to Amatsu, and they didn't. Amatsu's pretty much the same as it was in Portable Third. Just now with more G-rank. I don't think they even added a move to it between Portable Third and Cross. Let's break this arm. There we go. And sounds like a cat might have just broken one of the horns. Or rather, the face. Because there are 2 face breaks to get. But looks like we actually haven't gotten either one. Oh, they broke the other arm. So we've got both arms then. Uh-oh, G-rank move! I act like it's a big deal, but it barely hurts. Also, it looks stupid, so, like, there's nothing about the G-rank move that is intimidating. Not the looks, not the damage. This is intimidating, however, because in G-rank, this attack is lethal. So when it starts pulling you in hard, you dive. Because, yeah, if you get hit by that, it kills you. Like, from full health. It is a lethal attack. So, don't let it hit you. Ever. If you see Amatsu get in that position, sure, you can stick in there and try to flinch it out. But in almost every case, you'll be better off just putting your weapon away and running as far as you can. Because getting hit by Amatsu's body as it circles around is not lethal. Getting hit by the tornado is lethal. So don't do it. Gotta look out for that G-rank move. Like, it's just so disappointing. They could have done so many, like, better looking things for G-rank Amatsu, but instead they choose just, oh, what if it puts its tail on the ground and then sweeps it? I find it interesting that Amatsu, part of why it exists is just so that they could use this skeleton and this animation set in Portable Third, which had no swimming. Because this is the Leviathan swimming animation set. But, yeah, the only way they could use it would be to make a monster that could fly and use those animations. So, we got Amatsu. who apparently can control the winds and uses its sails to catch the winds to keep itself aloft. Also, incidentally, Amatsu is one of the monsters against whom poison works really well, so yeah, bring poison. So we've gotten one face break, though there are two to get. And we've broken both arms and the back, which means our remaining breaks are just face number 2 and tail. I do want to sever the tail. Make that G-rank move a little less dangerous, you know? It's a shame Amatsu doesn't start using its most impressive move until it's below 30%. But then again, it's also kind of good that it doesn't, because when it does use it, it makes it so that you can't actually attack it for a while. But still, it's a really cool move, and I can't wait to see it again because of how cool it is. It's really easy to dodge when you're playing solo. But when playing in a group, it becomes a little harder because there's no way to tell exactly who is being targeted until it starts actually using the attacks. Uh-oh. So this is one of the downsides of being aerial style against this guy. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I shouldn't have dove. I shouldn't have dove. Let me go, let me go, let me go. Okay, we're far enough. Always scary when that happens and I'm that close. I think it's about time for a dash juice here. And between looks and sounds, Amatsu is aesthetically one of my favorite Elder Dragons. I really like the look. The sound design's great. Hey, phase 2. So yeah, now the storm is more intense. Amatsu will be using a lot more of these tornado moves. Which, incidentally, this move, Abyssal Laggy actually stole it from Amatsu. The swirl around and send out 3 vortexes. Yeah, Abyssal Laggy stole that, but with Abyssal Laggy, the vortexes also reduce your oxygen because you fight it underwater, whereas Amatsu, you don't. And there's our tail. So the only break we have left is face break number 2. Oh boy, let's not get in that. In fact, let's just sit on here, because if you sit on a ballista, you can't get pulled in. Over here, buddy, I want to bind you. Cat, you get over here. I find it interesting that, like, Amatsu originally stole an animation set from Laggy, basically. And then Abyssal Laggy stole a move straight from Amatsu. So I guess the Laggies got something in return. Binder is a great time to go for the face, by the way. Also, I'm pretty sure rides apply their damage to the face as well. And now we are in Amatsu's big rage, kind of. And infinite stamina lets me get away from this decently well. Only dive once it starts sucking you in really hard. That way, you're much more able to actually get away. And I think binding this thing again with it being enraged is not such a bad plan. Admittedly, it would be better if I had had energy at the start, and also if I didn't run out of sharpness, and also if my dash juice didn't run out. Basically, everything went wrong there. But we do have full brakes now. You'll note that the second face brake doesn't really do much to the horns. It trims its whiskers. But I mean, hey, I guess Amatsu needed the trim. Oh, this isn't good. That happens sometimes. And time to get away from this. Actually, we might get hit by the Amatsu swirling around, but the tornado won't get us. Ah, we were just out of the Amatsu's reach. Very nice. Almost ideal. Amatsu's got a really cool face and just general look to it. Like, seriously, I'm a fan. Amatsu's cool. I like it. Not my favorite Elder Dragon to fight, but definitely among my favorites to look at. And as I talked about in the Zenogre episode, Amatsu is responsible for the storyline of Portable Third. The Zenogre's coming down from the mountains for an unknown reason, and it turns out it's because Amatsu chased them down. This used to be where Zenogre's hung out, up here at the top of the Misty Peaks, but then Amatsu was like, hey, that's a great place to just hang out. And the Zenogres were like, well, you make it too wet, and we are dogs and don't like baths. And so they went down and caused problems for Yukumo. It's all Amatsu's fault. What a jerk. Better look out for that G-rank move. Also, I'm not sure it... Oh, looks like the second face break also scars the face. That's neat. I'm not sure if the giant tornado is actually lethal in Phase 1, but I know in Phase 2 and during Rage it most definitely is. And I'm just not willing to take chances. Because, yeah, pain. And let's get on out of here. Unfortunately, the ballista that we can reach is a little too close for comfort. Again, probably out of range of the tornado, but that definitely would have gotten me hit by the Amatsu. Once we enrage this thing again, I'm going to use my last binder. Hey, we enraged this thing again. Just by talking about enraging it. And this time, let's just go for the chest. The chest takes some pretty good damage, especially when it's all glowy like this. Unfortunately, binders last a shorter duration each time. That wind effect, though. Oh, it's not. I ought to be safe out here. Still got to dive, though, because that would have pulled me all the way in. No, it's actually nice that I've got to do Amatsu for this series, because I need Amatsu stuff to upgrade some weapon or other. Not the Amatsu weapon, but I think it was one of my Mizusune weapons. Either way, it's something that I wanted. Oh, you know what it was? It was the Seeded axe. Yeah. Need Amatsu stuff. So fighting Amatsu is good for me. Because it's a decently fun fight. Again, I love the aesthetics. The music's great. And, yeah. There's lots of good reasons to fight Amatsu. Unfortunately, Amatsu's weapons are not among the ones that I particularly enjoy using. Like, aesthetically, they do look pretty cool, but they tend to be like the high raw, low affinity, not amazing sharpness type of weapons. Which, in my opinion, just aren't that great. Okay, we are in the final phase. Here is Amatsu's signature move, which it only starts using below 30% health. Easiest way to dodge it: run sideways, then either towards or away from it, then sideways again. If it's targeting you, it'll never hit. If it's targeting someone else, just make sure your path doesn't cross theirs. But again, you don't know who it's targeting until it actually starts firing the lasers. And they hurt very, very badly, though they aren't lethal. It's not Amatsu's strongest attack, just its most impressive. I actually kind of hope that we can get it to target one of the cats with that move at some point, because that way we could actually get a look at how the beam of water actually destroys the ground, which is just really cool to see. That's a nice face flinch. And here comes a ride. Yeah, the ground breaks apart under where the laser hit shortly after the laser sweeps over it. And it's a really cool visual. Lots of things Amatsu does have really cool visuals. It's really easy to tell when Amatsu's raging because of the whole chest glowiness. And here we go for another set of grand vortex beams. So yeah, there you go. You got to see the ground break apart. This is very clearly going for me. Whoop. Should have just kept on my original path instead of trying to avoid the thing, because that's right, they do come back, don't they? Yeah, we're fine. We haven't taken much damage. Bap. Okay, I got my burst off. Uh-oh. Such an intimidating tail sweep. I want to get these tail carves. 'Cause if I don't have to focus on carving the tail after it's dead, we can spend more time looking at it and its environment. But I also don't want to take a laser in order to carve the tail. And yet I did, kind of. All right, the tail is mine. Oh, it's like... Apparently Amatsu has iridescent meat. So maybe that's just because it's all rain slick and moistened. Is that why it's glowing? Or does Amatsu indeed have iridescent meat? Ow. Thanks, cat. Let's not. I don't want to hang out for that. So it's beginning to look more and more like I got Insurer for no reason whatsoever. Oh no, we couldn't jump over the tail sweep. We finally used our first bit of our own personal healing. Ow. Also ow. I do like how Amatsu's tornado generation is much more justified by its animations than Kushi's. Because Kushala just spits out balls of wind that turn into tornadoes when they hit the ground. But Amatsu actually does the whole spinning around thing and actually creates tornadoes in an at least somewhat believable fashion. It's interesting how differently these two wind monsters actually do their wind stuff, and way to just super undershoot there, cat. And we win. So now the storm ends as Amatsu dies, which is just really cool. It's like, yeah, the clouds are clearing up, the rain is stopping, the sun's coming out. One of the most dramatic changes to an area after the monster there dies in the game. And now we get some nice bright lighting to check out these textures. Like, around the chest, it's actually pretty decent, and on the neck, like, yeah. The face. The fins are okay-ish. Yeah, Amatsu is a pretty good-looking monster, and like it's big enough that you're not going to be focusing on any individual part of it for too long. Well, actually, no, you're going to be focusing mostly on individual parts, but still, like from this distance, it looks pretty great. You can't really tell that it's got subpar stuff. So like, wow, really? Are these all G rank ones? Nope, that's high rank. That's high rank. And that one's G rank. Okay. I don't think I actually got the Amatsu things that I needed. I needed the sacks. Whatever they are. The stuff with the sack icon. But still. Got to fight a fun monster. With great music. And great aesthetics. And that's going to be it for this episode. Join us next time when we take on Nakarkos, the bad boy of generations. See you then, friends.